Okay, what I'm about to say may sound a bit crazy considering I'm talking about a group that hasn't even debuted yet, but Baby Monster will be the biggest girl group in the 4/5th generation. Alright, calm down. Before you say, oh, you're just a delusional blank, you're just a delusional YG stan, shut up. Let me explain my reasons first. Baby Monster will be the biggest girl group in their generation. I truly believe in this statement, mainly because of 3 reasons. 1, they're from YG. 2, they're from YG. 3, they're from YG. Listen, they're from YG. And as we all know, YG is known for producing its iconic girl groups for each generation. For 2nd gen, they had 2NE1. For 3rd gen, they have BLACKPINK. And now, for the 4/5th gen, they have Baby Monster. Simple as that. Even though I'm well aware of the fact that in today's generation, it doesn't really matter if you come from the big 3 or not. I mean, look at NMIXX, look at Kep1er. One is a JYP girl group and one is an Mnet survival show group. And the truth is, both of them are not living up to their expectations. I know. I understand that. But here's the thing. NMIXX and Kep1er are not even close to being comparable to Baby Monster. First of all, the marketing for Baby Monster has been crazy if you want to compare it to NMIXX and even Kep1er. If you don't know, the original plan for Baby Monster was for them to debut as 5 members of the possible 7. So, in order to spice things up, YG made a survival show called Last Evaluation, where the main purpose of the show was to help YG in making the final decision for the group's final lineup. But let's be honest here, anybody who's above the age of 13 knows that the main purpose of the show is not that. The main purpose of it is to make you feel like you're the 8th member, to make you care, to make you loyal, to make you emotionally invested in the group. Basically, to make you a parasocial demon for Baby Monster. And honestly, it worked. Because in the final episode of the show, turns out, plot twist, all 7 girls ended up debuting. And to quote YG himself, he said, "The first 5 members I revealed are the 5 members YG chose. The other 2 members, think of them as members you chose." Boom, sold. You are now ready to die for this group. Overall, the marketing for Baby Monster is just genius, because through the survival show, not only did YG manage to build a massive loyal fan base for Baby Monster pre-debut, but he also managed to make Baby Monster's upcoming debut, in my opinion, the most anticipated and the most hyped up K-pop debut since BLACKPINK. Yeah, their YouTube channel already has over 2.9 million subscribers with over 338 million views. Their Instagram account already has around 2.5 million followers, averaging a minimum of 1 million likes per post. Their survival show, Last Evaluation, has a total of 8 episodes, with the least viewed episode having 8 million views and the most viewed episode having 13 million views. On top of that, they also have a lot of video performances from the survival show, many of which went platinum on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube Shorts. And if you still don't believe the hype, they literally have a pre-debut song called Dream that is putting up official MV numbers, 44 million views, 1.3 million likes. Ladies and gentlemen, they are cooking up something special here. To put it into perspective, with all due respect, NMIXX Love Me Like This didn't break 900k likes. Kep1er's Giddy, 21 million views. The second reason why you cannot compare Baby Monster to groups like NMIXX and Kep1er is because YG's ambition with Baby Monster is clear as day. He wants to make Baby Monster the biggest girl group in their generation, if not the biggest girl group of all time. And this was clearly stated by him many times in their survival show.
블랙핑크 이후에 YG에서 발표하는 걸그룹입니다. 긴장되고 떨리고, 블랙핑크가 워낙 크게 글로벌 그룹으로 성장했기 때문에 다음 나오는 후배 그룹도 잘 만들겠다는 생각을 매일매일 신경 쓰고 있습니다.
See, the main difference between Baby Monster and groups like NMIXX and Kep1er is this. With NMIXX and Kep1er, JYP's and Wake One's mindset going into them was, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But with Baby Monster, YG's mindset with them is, if it has to fucking work. That's the difference. What you gotta understand about Baby Monster is that if they end up flopping, YG is done as a K-pop company. Unlike JYP, who has Twice, Stray Kids, ITZY, Extraordinary Heroes, NIDZY and Day6 as groups that can consistently make money for the company for years to come, unlike Wake One, who has Zero Base One as the group that is pretty much guaranteed to make them a lot of money for the next 2 years, YG only has 2 active groups right now that can be considered as money machines: Treasure and BLACKPINK. Treasure, as we all know, is currently going through it, and BLACKPINK is not going to be there forever. So yeah, basically, Baby Monster is YG's final ace card. And trust me, when I say this ace card is going to ace the fuck out of the industry, I truly mean it. Unlike NMIX and Kepler, whose everything about their debut were pretty much half-ass, the complete opposite is going to happen with Baby Monster. In my opinion, Baby Monster's debut is going to be one of the greatest K-pop debuts of all time. Clip that motherfucker. From the budget to the promotion to the music video to the title track, everything about it is going to be top notch. YG is going to put his all into this group's debut, and even if somehow, some way their debut ends up flopping, YG will not easily give up on this group. He will try again and again and again until this group succeeds. At the end of the day, we're talking about a group that has been in the works since 2019. Their debut is going to be the most well prepared and the most well planned debut of a girl group since, again, BLACKPINK. The worst case scenario for this group is the best case scenario for most groups out there. And even if the worst case scenario happens, YG is going to try his absolute best to make the best case scenario still happen, if that makes sense. The next thing I want to talk about is their concept. A lot of people I see are worried about the possibility of Baby Monster going with the typical YG concept of Baby Monster essentially being BLACKPINK 2.0. And although I understand where the concern is coming from, at the same time, I ain't worried too much, because here's the thing. The importance of concept in today's generation, in my opinion, is greatly over exaggerated. Don't get me wrong, having a good and unique concept is important, is a factor to why a group is successful, but it's not the main factor. The main factor for a group's success in today's generation is not the concept, but rather the effort that is being put into the group. The effort the company puts into the music video, the outfits, the story, the messages behind the concept, the marketing, and most importantly, the title track itself. If you pay attention to the groups that are killing it right now, you will realize that the reason they are so successful is less about their concept and more about the effort that is being put into the group. For example, NewJeans. At first glance, you probably think that the reason they're so successful right now is because of their Y2K concept. And although it does play a part in their success, it's definitely not the main reason. The main reason NewJeans is so successful is because the effort Adore puts into this group is beyond crazy. Look, you can say all you want about Min Hyejin, but one thing you cannot deny about her is the fact that she and her team executed the Y2K concept perfectly with NewJeans. From their songs to their music videos to their marketing strategies, everything about NewJeans screams 110% effort. The Y2K concept is great, but anybody, literally anybody can do the Y2K concept, but nobody can do it like NewJeans. Basically, having a good and unique concept does not matter if the effort does not match the greatness of the concept itself. A group that has a simple concept but is executed with maximum effort will be way more successful than a group that has a complex, out of this world concept but is executed with no effort whatsoever. And with Baby Monster, as I said, effort wise, it's not even a concern to me. I'm 100% certain that YG is going to give his maximum 110% effort into Baby Monster? Are they essentially going to be Blackpink 2.0? Yes. But that's good though. Being Blackpink 2.0 doesn't mean their ceiling is limited to only being a lesser version of Blackpink. It just means that they will be pretty much Blackpink, but with way more effort put into them. And guess what? That's what Blackpink essentially was. 21, but with way more effort put into them. But then, eventually, they grew as a group, and now people call them the biggest girl group to ever exist. So it is what it is. Obviously, I'm not saying Baby Monster will be more successful than Blackpink, but I am saying that they will be more than fine if they do go with the typical YG concept. The YG concept, the Blackpink sound, if done properly, can cook up absolute bangers. Boom Baya, Whistle, Don't Know What to Do, Hope Not, Playing with Fire, Stay, Lovesick Girls, D4, Kill This Love, As If It's Your Last. As if it's your last. Like, put your agendas aside. You have to admit, Blackpink's early discography from 2016 to 2020, with a few exceptions, is filled with a lot of good shit. So yeah, if people say Baby Monster is just going to be Blackpink 2.0, take it as a compliment because it is. If Baby Monster manages to put out songs that are essentially better versions of As If It's Your Last, Kill This Love, D4, Boom Baya, Don't Know What to Do, combine that with the hype that is already behind them, combine that with the budget behind them, combine that with the effort YG will put into this group in terms of marketing and stuff like that, you cannot tell me that they will not be the biggest girl group in their generation. The only competition I see for them in terms of having the most potential to be the biggest, not the best by the way, but the biggest both in Korea and internationally, is New Jeans, LE SSERAFIM, and aespa. That's it. Alright, now that I've talked about the hype surrounding this group, the ambition YG has with this group, the effort that will be put into this group, and the concept of this group, I want to talk about the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, the thing that makes me even more shamelessly confident in saying Baby Monster will be the biggest girl group in their generation. And that is the members themselves. Look, you can say all you want about YG and how weird he is. He's really weird, by the way, but one thing you cannot deny about him is that he has a great eye for talent. And when I say great, I mean great. Baby Monster's lineup is really simple. Consists of 7 members: RUKA, PHARITA, ASA, AHYEON, HARAM, RORA, and CHIQUITA. This group can be divided into 2 different categories: vocalists and rappers. HARAM, RORA, and PHARITA being the vocalists, AHYEON, CHIQUITA, RUKA, and ASA being the rappers. But if I have to be honest, there is one imposter in the rapper category. We'll talk about that later though. Despite them being the first ever YG girl group to have more than 4 members, with Baby Monster, it feels complete. It feels right. Every member serves a different type of service to the group. There is no such thing as a filler member here. The vocalists can sing, the rappers can rap, the stage presence is there, the chemistry is there, the teamwork is there, the aura is there. And honestly, if you haven't watched any of their performances yet on YouTube, what are you doing with your life? After this video, go watch at least the Scars to Your Beautiful performance, because for me, that performance perfectly portrays what Baby Monster can do as a group right now. Which, spoiler alert, they can do a lot. Regardless of what you think about Baby Monster, you cannot deny the fact that skill-wise, they are more than ready to debut. In fact, skill-wise, this group is already better than most of the cats in the industry right now. But if you still don't believe me, then let me convince you even more by talking about the members individually. Starting from the youngest, we have CHIQUITA, who a lot of people think is 13, when in actuality, she's 14. You know, she's old enough to watch The Little Mermaid without her parents' guidance. Fuck. Before I continue this video, I want to talk about the obvious problem with this group, which is the fact that this group consists of literal 14 and 15-year-olds. Even though this topic should be discussed in a whole nother video, I'm just going to give my 2 cents on it. Look, if you choose not to support Baby Monster, good on you, but that doesn't make you morally superior to the people who do. The fact that you're a K-pop fan in the first place means that you support idols who either debuted as minors or became trainees when they were still minors. which is the same thing. If you truly want to be morally superior, don't nitpick and just quit K-pop as a whole. This is not Luna. This is not BBC. This is Baby Monster. This is YG. The truth is, this group is going to debut regardless of whether you support them or not. The K-pop industry has always been like this, and it's going to continue to be like this for at least the next few years. I don't agree with it, but what else is there to do? Either ignore them or support them. And me, personally, I will support them. Why? Because, to be honest, this is the first time in a long time that I'm actually excited being a K-pop fan. Lately, my interest in K-pop has been going downhill, and Baby Monster is simply bringing that interest back. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm 17. Let me enjoy this moment while it lasts. Alright, can you at least do that for me? God damn, ain't my fault you're old as fuck. The one problem I have with CHIQUITA, other than the fact that she's 14, is, remember when I said there is an imposter in the rapper side of the group? Well, she's the imposter. Here's the thing. She can't rap for shit. And I'm not saying this to hate or anything like that, because the fact is, she admitted herself in an episode of their survival show that she cannot rap.
사실은 제가 또 랩하고 싶은데 할 수 없어요. 진짜 아닌 것 같아요. 랩했는데 들었을 때 뭐 하는 거야? 뭐하지? 약간 처음에는 약간 노래하고 약간 하고
But despite all of that, YG for some reason is trying his absolute best to make her a rapper. Can you guess why? Can you guess why? Can you guess? He's trying to make her the next Lisa, that's why. See, I would not have mind if YG branded her as the next Lisa in terms of her potential as an idol. Because I see it. She's from Thailand, she can speak English, she's a very good performer, and just like Lisa, she has the potential to become a global superstar. But the problem comes in when you start to force it. And that's exactly what YG is doing. He's forcing CHIQUITA to be the exact replica of Lisa, which is really weird to me. From her hairstyle to her hair color, you don't even have to be a fan to know that she is basically Lisa 2.0. In the survival show, I cannot stress to you how many times she got compared to Lisa. Literally, almost every sentence praising her always points to her being the next Lisa.
그냥 제가 제작자로서 봤을 때 치키타는 굉장히 특별한 아이는 분명해요. 먼 훗날에는 라리사의 선배만큼이나 큰 인기를 끌고 글로벌 영향력을 발휘했으면 좋겠다라는 게 저의 개인적인 희망사항입니다.
그냥 서 있어도 어떻게 서 있을지 아는 친구, 걸을 때도 어떻게 걸을지 아는 친구, 조금 더 사람들의 이목을 집중시키는 힘이 있다고 생각하거든요. 아마 그 친구는 정말 리사 언니만큼의 퍼포머가 될 수 있지 않을까 싶어요.
Like, we get it. She's Project Lisa. But god damn, do I feel sorry for her. She's 14. Let her flourish in her own way. To just label her as the next Lisa is a disrespect to her potential. In my opinion, she can be so much more than that. She can be great in her own way. The fact that YG is making her take rap lessons is mind-boggling to me. Don't get me wrong, if the reason she's taking rap lessons is because she wants to, is because she enjoys rapping, is because she's interested in the art of rapping, then I don't have a problem with that. But let's not be naive here. We all know the only reason she's taking rap lessons is not because she's interested. It's because she feels the need to fulfill people's expectations of her being the next Lisa. And that's fucked. Instead of developing her to be something that she is not, develop her to be the best version of herself. She's a great vocalist, a great dancer, an amazing performer. But she's not a rapper. And yeah, maybe for now CHIQUITA herself doesn't mind being labeled as the next Lisa. Heck, she's probably over the moon with YG wanting her to be the next Lisa. But later on, when she grows up, trust me, she's gonna hate it. Look, at the end of the day, when I say CHIQUITA has all the potential in this world to be a superstar, I truly mean it. The truth is, she will be a superstar. She will be very popular. She will be loved by many, regardless of what YG decides to brand her as. But with all that being said, I still don't see her being a rapper, let alone a YG rapper, in the next at least 2 or 3 years. After that, we'll see. But for now, Hell nah. Like, you're telling me that this girl who doesn't even look fierce enough to be a rapper for Kids Bop is supposed to be a rapper for YG? Get out of here with your nonsense. The second member is RORA, as in Aurora, which is a very beautiful stage name, by the way. I just want to put it out there. The thing I love the most about RORA is her voice. She has this kind of raspy voice that is perfect for songs that require a lot of emotion. And personally, I like her voice the most out of everybody else in the group. Objectively, she is the third best vocalist in the group, and she can also dance pretty well. Other than that, she's also very, very, very cute. I mean, look at her. So cute. Originally, she was my bias, but then I found out she's 14. Just know that she's not my bias anymore. I guess one bad thing I can say about her is that she's gonna get mistreated. The third member is HARAM, who, for me, is the best vocalist in the group. To describe how amazing she is as a vocalist with just pure words is impossible. Just see for yourself.
Right. Now I take the weight of me.
The fact that she's only 15 is really scary because as far as technique goes, she's already one of the best vocalists in the fourth generation. Now, if this group does go with the typical YG sound, which is most likely to be the case, I'm gonna be real with you. We're not gonna see HARAM doing what she does in a song that uses the typical YG sound, which is very unfortunate, but it's fine, I don't really care. At the end of the day, she'll get lines. I think she'll get lines. Hopefully she'll get, I'm praying she'll get lines. Like, I'm not expecting her to be at the top of the list when it comes to line distribution, but at least give her the second or third most. You know, fourth most, I can live with that. But I swear, if it ever goes to fifth, sixth, God forbid, seventh, but then again, knowing how K-pop works, I ain't gonna lie, she's getting the list treatment. I'm sorry. The fourth member is AHYEON. Now, I don't want to make comparisons, but you know that vibe you get from idols like Jennie and Wonyoung? You get the exact same vibe with AHYEON. But the difference is, AHYEON is like really, really talented. Don't get it twisted here. I'm not saying Jennie and Wonyoung isn't talented. But come on, let's be honest here. AHYEON, in terms of pure talent, is on a whole different planet. First of all, as a vocalist, she's amazing. She's only 16, but her voice already sounds very mature. Her range is crazy. Her high notes are, oh my god, her technique is good. And overall, as a vocalist, she's already a GOAT in my eyes.
What if I trip? And what if I fall? Then am I the monster? Just let me know.
Other than that, she's also a great dancer. She can rap pretty well. Her stage presence is really, really good. She has the confidence. She has the charisma. She has the attitude. Her aura is out of this fucking world. And she can speak English. Come on, man. This is not even fair. To put it simply, AHYEON is her. She is that girl. If she doesn't become the next it girl, I will be really, really surprised. Let's just put it that way. The fifth member is Asa, who objectively, I don't want to hear no discussion, is the best rapper in this group. Her lyricism, her flow, her delivery, her technique is on a whole different level. In terms of pure rapping ability, she's on the same tier with the likes of Munsua, Yuki, Yeon. This is a huge compliment, by the way. Unlike Lisa, Jennie, and CL, who at times can be a bit too dependent on their swag and aura when it comes to rapping, Asa doesn't need to rely on any type of aura because she can actually rap.
I'm living on a trip 지금부터 3년 전 그대로 모든 게 낯설기만 했던데 내가 하고픈 말 있어도 can't communicate 나 혼자 갇힌 것 같아 참아먹는 현실 지금 제가 기원하는 목표를 이루는데 바빠 날 가르쳐 침이 나의 제일 숨이 가빠봐 부기란 말은 몰라 아마 그 발소 지려고 젤라.
The fact that she wasn't included in the original lineup of the group is really crazy to me, because without her, this group literally would have had the worst rap line in YG history. I'm not even kidding. Other than being a great rapper, she's also a great dancer, second best in the group, facts, and she also has decent vocals. The sixth member is PHARITA. Before she became a trainee, she was first a model in Thailand, which makes a lot of sense considering how she looks like this. But don't you worry, unlike your typical visuals in K-pop who offer nothing but their face, PHARITA can also sing really well. Although technique-wise her voice may not be that impressive, who gives a fuck, right? Because you know that voice you hear in your dreams, that voice you hear when you think of the skies and the heavens and shit? PHARITA has that kind of voice, a voice of a Disney princess, a voice that will make you fall in love at first listen.
All my love is gone, gone, gone. And it's gone so long. All my love is gone. Now you're dead and gone.
If you know how K-pop works, you know that PHARITA will be one of the more popular members in the group. Even if she doesn't get many lines, her presence alone will shine through, making her stand out from the rest. The seventh and final member is RUKA. When I first looked at this girl, I thought she was, 15, 16, 17. She's actually 21. An actual adult. Which is good, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm surprised that she's 21. She doesn't look 21. But she is. Which is a good thing, because with her being in the group, it just feels safer. Knowing that there is someone in the group who can be there to give advice about life and stuff like that is a good thing to know. Out of everybody else in the group, RUKA is the most YG, the most fierce, the most cool, the most swag. She's full of charisma, full of confidence, and full of that girl crush aura. When it comes to dancing, RUKA is very, very good. She is the best in the group. And that's not just me talking. That is, in fact, Lee Jung Lee certified. One criticism I can give her, though, is that as a rapper, she is very one-sided. What I mean by that is she's too dependent on her aura. She's too dependent on one flow and one sound only, which is the YG sound. Basically, she's like Lisa. And the problem with that is, at times, her raps can feel a bit forced in a way where parts that needs her to slow down a bit, to change up the tone, to change up the flow, she still raps it like she's King Von, which I'm like, calm down. You don't have to always be aggressive and cool to deliver a good rap. The perfect example of this is her Gone performance. As we all know, Gone is a song that is not YG, but RUKA, being the YG idol that she is, wrote and delivered a rap that is so YG, and it just ended up sounding not necessarily bad, but really, really generic, which is way worse.
But I'm lost inside your world, then it's color blue. Giving you all, I get everything in my sick of it's all for you. Looking at all of the different, there what the petty, I play the fool. Say that comes and it goes. Time is all of the woes. Pain nobody knows. Just know I'ma let go.
The thing is, she can rap. Ability wise, she's not better than Asa, but she can rap. That's why, in my opinion, it would be very unfortunate if she doesn't develop her own style and just ends up becoming the typical YG rapper who is one-sided and very, very generic. But then again, it really depends on what sound this group will go with. If they do go with the typical YG sound, which is most likely to be the case, then her being a one-sided generic rapper will not be an issue whatsoever. Another problem I have with RUKA is that her English is not exactly the best. If I had to be honest, it's no better than Sion's, which is peak.
Hey, put this thing in a brand, but I know I don't blend everything that I say. Man, I see the deep plan, let me elevate this in a prank. Have you working on a brand? Rhymes, grunts, break your spine. They say that I'm so fine. You can never match my grind. Please, and I know it's my time.
In her solo performance, she wrote one line in English that was so funny because it made no fucking sense. The line was,
Monster without me, just baby.
see, what she was supposed to say was, baby monster without me is just baby, which is cool, right? But instead of saying that, she just said, monster without me is just baby. Which makes no fucking sense because monster is its own word. Without you, without me, without you and me, monster is just monster. But you know what? I'm gonna cut her some slack. She's still young, she's still learning and growing every single day. The fact that she writes her own lyrics is impressive in itself. Even though that should be the bare minimum, as we all know in K-pop, that is not the case. So yeah, in that sense, I have respect for her. At the end of the day, she is my bias. I'm not hating on her, I'm just telling you how it is. Potentially, as a rapper, she has the potential to be really, really iconic. Her presence, her aura alone is crazy. But please, I beg you, YG, tell her, and Asa, really, to just rap more in Korean. Because they just sound way better when they rap in Korean. And like, what's wrong with rapping in Korean? There's nothing wrong with rapping in Korean. This is K-pop. Remember your roots. For God's sake, bruh. In conclusion, I'ma say it once again for the last time just to remind you, Baby Monster will be the biggest girl group in their generation. It is what it is. But now, on a serious note, I really don't give a fuck if this group will be the biggest group or not, to be honest. I'm just very excited for their debut. Like, when I said this is the first time in a long time I actually feel excitement as a K-pop fan, I wasn't lying. So yeah, I think I will stand this group. I'm not sure though. I'm not naive. You know, there's a huge chance that this group will not have a full album until their 6th year. But I don't care about that. For now, I'm just focusing on their debut because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be iconic. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be legendary. So tune in. But yeah, that's it for the video. Bye.